Landman co-creator Christian Wallace has revealed just how accurate the details are in the Taylor Sheridan show about the oil industry in Texas. The true story behind Landman comes from the podcast Boomtown, hosted by Wallace and produced by Texas Monthly to highlight the oil boom in the Permian Basin. However, while the podcast is based purely on fact, the TV show follows the fictional Norris family, namely Tommy, Billy Bob Thornton, who oversees oil production for wealthy tycoon Monty Miller, John Hamm. Speaking with Deadline, Wallace revealed that, despite Landman's fictional story, the details it maintains about the oil industry in Texas are accurate. While the co-creator says some people, like his uncle, can pull apart various fabrications in the show, he stands by most of it being true to life. Some details include baristas in bikinis serving coffee to workers and deaths on the oil rigs. He even revealed the worker crushed by pipes in episode 5 was inspired by a real event his uncle told him about. Check out what Wallace had to say below. What Wallace's statement says about Landman's real-world accuracy. Despite some fiction, the show maintains many realistic events. Wallace's statement confirms that, even though the events themselves are fictional, the elements that go into the story and the characters of Landman are very realistic. This is reflected from the very beginning, especially in Cooper's, Jacob Laughland, story, as he witnesses a tragic accident that impacts his life for the rest of the season. Tommy handing off his phone for a worker to call his wife in episode 5 is another key moment, reflective of the harsh realities working in the oil business has for those on the rigs. His statement also indicates many other wild elements are pulled from reality, such as having to deal with the cartel or criminal organizations, and the high pay rate for such dangerous jobs. They're compounded by the Norris family story of everyday life in the patch, something that grounds the show in a storyline that makes the information it offers all the more engaging. With Landman episode 9's ending prepared to focus more on the oil industry as tragedy potentially befalls multiple characters, the finale is gearing up to present even more realistic depictions. Our take on Landman's true-to-life storytelling. Facts strengthen the story. Tommy looking serious in Landman Season 1 Episode 9. Without the realistic facts that ground its story, Landman wouldn't have the realistic elements that make its plot and characters so engaging. The series would feel too removed from reality if it didn't pull from Boomtown, and Wallace's involvement only serves to strengthen these details. Even though only one episode remains before Season 1 comes to a close, the show's realistic storytelling will make it something to remember for a long time to come.